only do those black boxes because I can't look at my face while I laugh.
What?
Like when you edit, you should put black boxes like here.
No!
So it covers
that's
my
so
face.
embarrassing.
This is embarrassing.
We could just do a podcast.
We can't steal Maria's thing.
God.
It's okay.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Ready?
Oh!
Toast!
I don't look casual at all.
You look cash. we look so cash. We look in cash.
We don't.
What do you mean?
I think it's because of how I'm sitting. But then I'm
How
stressed, so
how
I have to
how
sit
you're
like this.
sitting- Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I need to start it. Don't look at me.
Oh, wait, am I not supposed to look at you while you're
Well,
talking?
you can, but like not when I'm doing the intro, you know? Okay. Ready? I'm gonna be quiet for a second.
I'm gonna be laughing this entire time.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, ready? Hello, young voters. Welcome to this.
Yes.
We're in my bedroom.
On the floor.
On the floor. It's a different setup. It's weird.
I like it.
I like it too.
Yeah.
I think we're trying to make it more cash.
Mm-hmm.
Casual. I don't know why I say cash. Okay. So today we're going to be talking about sex and gender, which is a very fun topic, and we are very passionate about it. There's some people in the young voters that know this about us. They're probably very annoyed.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because we're here to educate.
Yeah, we just want people to learn.
Yeah.
And
because we were surprised by how many people didn't like really know a lot.
yeah.
And then even when we researched, there were things that we learned.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a fun day. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll start with sex because like I feel like everyone thinks they know a lot about it because you learn in biology class, but like this was the part that we learned stuff in.
Yeah.
So would you like to start?
Sure. So, sex refers to a bunch of different biological factors, and it is a spectrum. It's not just female and male. There's also intersex, which is a pretty broad category. But sex is determined based off of a bunch of different factors, not just genitals. There's also hormones, secondary sex characteristics like facial hair and can I say boobs?
You can say boobs.
What else? What else is it? Oh, genes.
Internal and external sex organs.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's not just like. Wait, I can't use examples. I can't use examples. Can't be like. He has a penis, therefore he's a biological man.
Facts.
Or man, sorry, misspoke. You gotta cut that. Biological male. I said man.
Sorry! I can cut it. Okay.
Thank you.
Where do you want to start?
I don't know. I don't know where I messed up.
You messed up. Well, you messed up at...
You can definitely cut it.
Okay.
At like the end of like explain like before I started my example, my bad example of a man with a penis.
Okay.
I don't know where else would we go next
Here,
though.
I can talk. Okay.
Got it.
So like because sex isn't a spectrum, there's this I was gonna say I'm gonna talk about the website. How do I say that? Not because sex isn't a spectrum. Okay, I know how to say. Okay. As we said, sex isn't a spectrum. There's this really cool website that we found, and it has this beautiful like spectrum image, and it just shows how there's so many different sexes, and it's like weird because you knew there was intersex, but it's not like only 3 sexes. It's not male, female, and intersex. It's just there's so many. There's variations, and even if you were like 100% like female for your sex, it doesn't necessarily mean all your hormones are going to be estrogen. Obviously, females have testosterone. So, like, you might have different types of testosterone, different levels. Like, we probably have different levels. Like, everyone does.
We have to, yeah.
It's just genetic variation, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the visual that she is referring to was in a Scientific American article, and can you put it on? Can you show them?
I can put it here.
Okay, it's right there. And then we'll link the article so that you can go see it. There are a bunch of other visuals too, but I only actually looked at that one. But yeah, definitely look at it if you're curious. But
So should we start on gender?
Sure. Okay. So, gender and sex are not synonymous.
Nope.
So, sex is biologically determined, whereas gender refers to how someone
Individually determines.
yes, it's how like they it's not feel about themselves. What's the way to describe it?
I guess feel about yourself kind of
I
works.
guess that's very simplified, but yeah, and then there's also a whole that's just gender identity, and then there's also gender expression, which is how they present themselves to the world and how other people perceive them. So it's like some examples of gender expression are like masculinity, femininity, androgyny, and then like so many other things, but that just like gives you an example.
Yeah. Like, whenever I think of gender expression, I always think of the femboy phenomenon. Images.
Yay!
Very pretty boys sometimes like to wear dresses, and we love it, and they look so beautiful, and that is a great example, I guess, of gender expression. So, to reiterate, gender identity is how someone, like, senses themselves in terms of gender, and gender expression is how they present themselves to the world in terms of gender. And then there's also pronouns, which have nothing to do with gender identity. This is a thing that a lot of people, like, they can't understand it.
Yeah, it
which
really bothers me.
I mean, I can get it. It's kind of confusing because most people are just, like, cisgendered, and they just go by their, biological sex for their gender. So, like, for example, we are both cisgendered. We are both born female, and our gender is female. Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah.
So we both use she, her pronouns. And some people, they use, like, all pronouns, or they use they, them pronouns, or they use he, him pronouns. But none of that has anything to do with your gender identity. There's a lot of people who use their cis pronouns, like she or him, but then they also use they, them. It's just saying that you're comfortable with anything. Like, anyone could call you any pronoun that you tell them that, okay, I don't know how to put this.
It makes sense. Like, if I were to start asking people to refer to me as, or to refer to me with she, they pronouns, it doesn't mean I'm necessarily like non-binary or something.
Or gender fluid or anything.
Yeah.
It just means that it's totes cool if you say they in reference to Sylvia. Which I think is really cool, and I honestly love using people's, like, pronouns. Like, if they have she, they, I always say they, because it's just so fun, and everyone's always so happy when you use those pronouns for them. So, I don't know, maybe it's just, I don't know, it's just fun. It makes me smile.
Yeah. Wait, I want to add one more thing about pronouns. As you guys know, a lot of people like to put their pronouns in their bios on social media. Instagram just had that new update where they have, like, a special little spot for it. The reason why people do it, obviously, is just so, like, people know what pronouns to use. People originally started doing it to protect transgender social media users, because that's how people would identify transgender people on social media, and then, like, I don't know,
be bullies.
Yeah. But now it's much more of a mainstream thing, and although it would be really helpful for you to add your pronouns, you definitely don't have to, especially if you're questioning or you don't want to be outed, stuff like that. So, like, don't feel pressure to do it, but
yeah,
it can be helpful.
That's a really good point, because like, I mean, we both have our pronouns in our bio just because, like she said, we want to, like, normalize it. We want people to use them, and so people don't feel scared to use them. So yeah, what else should we talk about?
I think I had one more thing to say about, I think I had something to say, like, back for, like, sex, and I don't remember what it was, and I'm saddened, but
well, maybe we can always just,
you could add it. I just don't remember what it was. Sad.
Well, something that's kind of interesting, I just wrote snail life on my note card. Basically, just, like, even in, like, for animals, like, there's a lot of animals that, like, don't have sex, which, like, kind of further proves that sex is such a spectrum, because, like, there's living things that don't even have a biological sex, or they're, like, sex fluid. Like,
Mhm.
isn't it? What animals is it that I forget? Maybe it's seahorses. But
I think seahorse is the one where the male gives
carries
birth.
the babies.
Yeah, but I don't think they originally have the babies. I think they're given the babies
What?
to like incubate.
Incubate.
Or I could be entirely wrong.
Oh.
So don't take my word
I'll
for it.
I'll research after and I'll edit in.
Okay.
If we're wrong.
Cool.
Yeah. So that just kind of shows how like naturally sex is very ambiguous. Is that a word for it? That makes no sense.
I'm not sure if it makes sense.
It's fine. I guess further on the point of like making transgender people feel safe and like pronouns, if you use the wrong pronouns for someone, especially if they're transgender, or if you like dead name them, please apologize. Or please
you
try
should
your best.
explain what dead naming
Oh,
is.
dead naming. Basically, a lot of transgender people or people who just are non-binary or anything like that.
Non-binary is transgender, by the way.
Yeah.
It's under the umbrella.
They sometimes will choose a different name for themselves, because like obviously a lot of names have been like associated with females or with men, so it kind of just, I don't know, they want to feel more like themselves, so they'll pick a new name. So that means their old name is their dead name. And so basically if you just call someone their dead name, it's basically the same thing as using the wrong pronouns for them, because it's not who they are, and it's not nice. So yeah, if someone like comes out to you and tells you that they want to use different pronouns, or they want to use a different name, or if they've already been using that name but you find out that they had a different name at first, or they had different pronouns, like just erase it from your mind, like change it. And it's totes chill if you like say the wrong thing, because it happens. It's like kind of hard to like see someone in a different way, but to like make them feel better about themselves and so they don't feel insecure and they feel like safe around you, please just try to like respect their pronouns or respect their name. We've a stat that in like medical institutions, when transgender people were like dead named or mispronounced, not in like a medical manner, not like asking for your like sex at birth, is that what it's called? I think it's called sex at birth. I'm stupid.
Oh my god, why can't I?
Isn't that right?
I guess.
It feels wrong.
It does feel wrong. I think there's another term that I'm just blanking on.
Whatever. Just like the sex that someone was born with.
Yeah.
That like is needed medically sometimes, but like a lot of the times transgender people will like have different treatment in like hospitals and just in like doctors' offices, because their doctors do not like that they're transgender and do not respect their pronouns or their dead name or their reassigned name. What's it?
Their chosen name?
Their chosen name. Yeah. So 28% of transgender people don't feel comfortable in hospitals or medical institutions because of that. And that's not fun. That's not nice. I don't like that about our world.
I don't either.
So that's basically why we're making this video. Just to like let you guys know. To be nice, basically.
I know. Because, I mean, the mistreatment that transgender people receive is just so widespread and runs so deep. Disgusting. Everywhere. So, I mean, make a little difference in someone's lives by just respecting who they are. And I mean, we are the new generation of doctors and other professionals, so let's be good ones. I guess.
So yeah, basically further on that, like gender is just a social construct.
Yes.
So like what's the point in like, I don't know, being like the old generations and focusing so much on it, because people are transgender and people are intersex, and it's not unnatural. It's just how people are, and it's awesome, and they're so cool. So I guess further on like how gender's a social construct. Do you want to read the thingies? If you can't read it, it's okay.
Hold on. Can I Google the definition of a social construct? Though?
Sure.
Hold on. Social construct definition, just so I don't give someone the wrong one. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Okay. Okay. So a social construct is something that exists not in objective reality, but as a result of human interaction. So, gender is a social construct. Is sex a social construct?
I guess kind of.
I feel like it is.
Yeah.
It is. Because, okay, so here's my rationale here. Since a social construct has to be something that's like, that is a result of human interaction, if we weren't interacting, if we didn't have doctors, if we didn't have like medical scientific people who could identify sex and label sex, we wouldn't have sex, you know?
Technically.
Like if we didn't have humans, or if we didn't have other humans and we didn't create language, we wouldn't be able to label sex. We also wouldn't be able to label gender. Right?
I think that's right. That feels right. Because like,
but then again, sex like exists in other animals. So but we identify the sex.
Because like we identify as male, female, or intersex, but as we said before, it's not just those three. So technically, I guess the way we label sex is a social construct. Like if like sex exists, but if we labeled it to the minute and we like checked everyone's like hormones and everything and everyone's genes and everyone's external, internal sex organs, like I guess you could really pinpoint on the spectrum where your sex is.
Right.
But because we don't do that, it makes it a social construct.
I mean, gender is definitely a social construct. Doesn't exist in other animals. If a child was like, if there was like an experiment where a child was raised without any human interaction, grew up, they wouldn't be able to identify their gender. They wouldn't be able to identify other people's gender.
Just like how in a lot of societies before Western culture, there were multiple genders. Still societies today.
Yeah. But how is that related to a social construct?
Just because it's just our society that makes it binary.
Oh, that's okay. Got it. I didn't go up high enough.
Okay.
Should I Google if sex is a social
Please
construct?
do, yeah.
Because I don't want to.
Seems stupid.
Yeah.
Don't want to seem
I'm like,
stupid.
I guess it is.
I mean, maybe.
Is.
We're children.
Yes. Wait.
What? Were you right?
Wait, hold on. Basic things to understand is that categories and labels, even words themselves, are social.
Everything is social.
Everything is a fucking social construct. Jesus Christ.
But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's just the way we label it is a social. That's what I said. Oh my god, I'm a genius.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it's exactly what you said.
Okay.
So we don't have to edit any of that.
So smart.
We can add a clip though, and I could be like, I just verified that we were correct. But hold on, I'm gonna find like a good thing to quote as our proof.
My nose is numb. I don't know why. Touch it. It feels gross because okay.
Oh,
I have to
it's
just.
okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, I have the quote. This is a blog though, but
doesn't mean
it makes sense. Okay. Do I have to find a better source though? I mean, it's like a, because then I can't like quote it. Okay. Okay, so I just did a little bit of Googling to verify what we just said about sex being a social construct.
Sorry. Inverted. It's so confusing. Go. Continue.
Just to make sure we weren't giving you wrong information.
Oh, what the fuck? What just happened? Is it still recording? Yeah, it's still recording.
What?
I don't know. Okay, we'll see if it's just black. Continue.
Okay. Well, I'll restart.
Okay.
Okay. So I just hopped on Google and I was researching a bit just to verify what you were mainly saying about biological sex being a social construct, just to make sure we weren't giving you the wrong information, because that was just kind of like that wasn't based off anything. It was just kind of us like rationalizing it.
We're just philosophers. Don't worry about it.
Anyways, but I found like a nice explanation that explains it well, and it's basically what Sarah said, but I'll read it anyway. So it says, the basic thing to understand is that categories and labels, even words themselves, as we said, are social. For instance, if I call something a table, you will know roughly what I mean. The table is real, material, and can vary. For example, being made of different materials and different sizes and so on. We agree as speakers of the language roughly what we mean by table. So it's the same thing with sex. So because we label it,
it's a social
the
construct.
Sex binary is a social construct, but it is
real,
tangible.
Like a table is still real. But just because we call it a table, that makes it a social construct.
Yeah. But I guess you wouldn't really say tables are a social construct.
I guess.
But then again, you make tables with humans. You construct tables with you construct tables with tables. You construct tables with people.
You do.
So if a robot made one, but then again, we make robots.
Oh.
What if robots make? But then we'd still make the original robot.
Social
Never mind.
Construct within a social construct.
I suppose.
Things are getting crazy.
Is there anything else we wanted to touch on?
I don't think so.
Let's look at the notebook. Bitch boy. Who is that too?
That's to Harry.
Hey.
I'll bleep his name out. They won't know who we're talking about. That's funny.
Does that mean?
That's not
We're not
mean.
being mean. He was just being very
ignorant
and transphobic
and bigoted.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So,
anyways, hashtags now line. Oh, should we talk about sexuality for a moment?
Sure. Let's do it.
Sexuality has nothing really to do with gender. It kind of does. It kind of doesn't.
You definitely need to explain that.
Okay.
Because even when she originally said that to me, I was like, no.
Okay. So basically, gender identity and like your sex doesn't have a lot to do with your sexuality. Like there's some things, like there's exceptions to this rule. Like for example, like men can't be lesbians, but that's just because of like how it's identified, you know? Because like being a lesbian is just a woman loving a woman. So if you identify as a man, you can't be a woman loving a woman.
Right, you'd be a man loving a woman.
Right?
So you'd be heterosexual, perhaps.
Whatever, that's besides the point. I'll cut that out. That was mean to the heads.
Oh, well, but not necessarily, because you could be pansexual and like women. Oh, well, but I guess we were talking about lesbianism.
No, I barfed. That's why.
Oh, you barfed? Oh, sorry.
Okay, anyways. So, okay, because gender identity doesn't or sex doesn't have to do with sexuality, that's why like non-binary people could be lesbians, right?
The definition of lesbian is changing. Some people do think it can include non-binary people.
Because if not, then all non-binary people would be pansexual, wouldn't they? But that's not true.
Mm-mm.
Because like, what if you're a non-binary person who only likes females?
Then you'd be a lesbian. Well, that's like a good. I mean, you can choose any label you want.
Yeah,
but
or no labels at all.
Correct.
Hey.
But just going by definition, I think that would fit the best.
Mm-hmm.
Just because the definition of lesbian is changing from women who like women to non-men liking women.
Same.
Or non-men. Is it non-men that like non-men now?
Ooh.
Or is it just non-men liking women?
Things are getting crazy.
I am actually not too sure.
The thing is, okay, because we both don't like, what's it called?
Labels?
Labels. That's the word. We don't like labels, so then we get a little confused sometimes when we do it. This is why we don't like labels, because they're so specific, and then you have to change them in order to fit your own needs. And it's fine. It's totally great and chill if you like labels. That's why they were made, and it's for pride and to show that you're okay with being a gay or a lesbian or a pansexual or any of it, and it's so fun. But it gets confusing sometimes, especially because our definition of gender has changed a lot since when the Google definition of gender is correct. No, it's wrong. Don't Google it.
Don't do
Ugh.
it.
Get it away from me. But anyways, so it makes things very confusing. Also because there's a lot of different aspects inside the LGBTQ plus community that are confusing. What was I even gonna say? Biphobia. People think that bi people don't exist. I don't know. There's a lot of different things. Somehow there's even homophobia within the homosexual community. Is that a good way to put it?
You're talking about internalized homophobia?
Internalized homophobia.
That's when, if you are a homosexual or if you're gay and you have homophobic thoughts, it's just internalized homophobia. Why is that hair just I can't fix it because
it's alfalfa.
Oh my god, no. Sorry. It's just because of society and expectations of others and other thoughts just ingrained in your head. I was gonna say something originally though, and I don't remember what it was.
Maybe this is it. Oh,
I remember. Sorry. Yeah. No, I think labels are fabulous, and I think they are super helpful and can give you a really good sense of community, and it can make interactions easier if you're just kind of hey, I am a lesbian, and it just makes it a lot easier for people to figure out oh, would they be interested in me kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I just don't love them just because, one, I feel like I'm very young and inexperienced. So I feel like I can't really verify
facts
very much. And also, I just love a sense of mystery.
Oh, yeah.
So there's that as well. But if you love labels, I love it. I love you.
We just like being manic pixie dream girls.
Yeah.
We're quirky and different. Sorry. I was going to say, the internalized homophobia. That's why we need to get rid of heteronormativity.
Preach. Well, yeah, it's basically what heteronormativity is. It's just kind of society assuming that heterosexual is the default.
It's the whole thing where people are why do I have to come out as gay? Why don't I have to come out as straight? And it's right. Because of heteronormativity.
Yeah.
I think everyone should come out. No, if they feel like
if
it.
They want to.
They feel comfortable and they understand who they are. I just mean even straight people, I think, should kind of just say that they're straight, because why shouldn't they? Unless they don't feel comfortable with it. Oh.
Yeah, I think it should just be up to you. I have no thoughts on that topic.
I don't know why I started off
it's
on
okay. You can cut it if you want.
I'll
cut it. Okay. Well, then where do we start? What did you say before that?
We don't need to start anywhere.
I had thoughts.
What are your thoughts? Say them.
I had another example of heteronormativity that I hate is when parents or adults say to young kids or even people our age, they're oh my god, my grandparents, if they're ever so do you have a boyfriend? And I'm
let me think about that one for a second.
It's just another example of heteronormativity. But
side note, but if I did have a boyfriend, why wouldn't my parents tell you that? feel like my parents tell everyone everything.
I wouldn't tell my parents if I was dating someone if I had to tell them. Or unless I had to tell them.
I guess same.
Once again, love some mysterious aspects.
Quirky, different.
What does that make no sense? I love some mysterious aspects.
We want to be mysterious.
Yeah.
Anyways. We're learning a lot about us today.
Indeed. I feel like there was another... okay. Well, we've just been talking about sexual... Wait, what am I talking about? Sexual attraction?
Mm-hmm.
There was also romantic attraction.
There is. Because, like, you could be romantically attracted. You could be pansexual romantically, but you could just be, like, a lesbian sexually.
Mm-hmm.
Cray cray.
Yeah. We don't have to explain that, right?
Not really.
You're sexually attracted to,
like,
something, and then you're romantically attracted to something. Or neither, or only one.
Yeah.
You could be asexual, you could be aromantic, which both mean that you don't you experience little to no either sexual attraction or romantic attraction.
But you could be asexual and not aromantic, or the other way around.
Right.
It's so fun.
Yes.
Yeah. But also, like, once again, with that, it gets more confusing because, once again, we are children. So you might be confused about your sexual or romantic attraction just because we're literally in puberty. So, like, don't go crazy about it right now.
Yeah, don't stress
yourself. Yeah, it can be stressful, but you don't have to label yourself or ever label yourself, you know? Like, we're teenagers, and if you end up being 35 and you still don't know what's happening, that's totes chill too.
Right.
Because nothing matters, and everything's a social construct.
And everything's fluid, too. We
Everything's
didn't even, like,
fluid.
talk about that. Your gender identity, your sexual orientation, your romantic orientation, totally fluid. It could be fluid always. So you could be, what's a term for demisexual, right? When it changes.
Wait.
Like, it can just change.
I think.
Right? I'm going to fact check.
We're going to fact check. Fact check number 3.
There's another one I was thinking of, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, Omni. Sorry.
Interesting. And also, like, because, like I said earlier,
I'm wrong.
What?
Sorry. Oh my god, it's demisexual. Do you remember? Sorry, we have just so many conversations. Demisexual is when you're only attracted to someone if you have, like, a really tight bond with them. Mm-hmm. Which I love.
Me too!
Love that.
Woo! Woo!
Yes. Hold on. Then what's... I just get confused sometimes. Although I'm normally pretty good about it.
What was I gonna say?
Oh, omnisexual. Oh my god, I literally just defined this in the group chat.
Really?
It's attracted to all gender and sex identities.
Funky.
So it's like that's all under the bisexual umbrella. So like so bisexual is attracted to 2 or more genders. Mm-hmm. Pansexual is 3 or more. Omnisexual is all of them, I think, or it's 4 or more, depending. Definitions also change. Like
it's a
definitions vary. It's like some people. I
remember what I was gonna say.
What?
Continue.
No, I was just gonna say, like, some people define things differently. Mm-hmm. Like we were saying about lesbianism, how some people include non-binary people in the definition.
Mm-hmm. What I was gonna say is because everything is a social construct, it makes labels even more confusing because labels are literally a social construct, and then there's probably gonna be more labels in the future. Like, there's more pronouns. Like, people go by they or z or zay, I think, instead of like,
zer. It's zizzer.
I thought it was like z or zer.
What do you call those pronouns?
I don't know.
I feel like it's
so many Google searches.
Sorry.
Not your fault. We can have a Google search counter right here. Google search counter.
Sorry.
What? It's funny.
They're gender neutral pronouns, by the way. Oh yeah, z
or zim.
Z,
Whoa.
And I don't know how you pronounce the X ones. What sound does an X make?
It makes a Z sound most
Xer.
Xer. Gz or gzim.
Z.
Sounds like we're making fun of it. We're not making
We're
fun
not.
of it. We're trying to be respectful.
I don't
Trying to
have.
be educated.
We might have to cut this. We sound so dumb.
We might have to cut it, but just like there's a lot of different pronouns.
A lot of different gender neutral pronouns.
So many gender neutral pronouns. It's so fun, and it's so fun when people like figure out which ones they want to use, and I'm so proud of them when they do. And if you don't know what pronouns you want to use yet, I'm still proud of you, because don't use any or use all of them, or I don't know. It's a fun journey to take on your own. Some people don't even have to take the journey, but that's whatever. So yeah.
I remembered my thought from a while ago.
What is it?
So you guys might know him. His name is Nico.
Whoa! Wait, did you say Nick? I can wait. Over
Can you bleep it and just say Nick?
Yeah, I can do that.
I forgot about that.
Nick.
Okay.
His
So
name's Nick.
we've talked to him a lot about. Well, no, we had like this one really long conversation with him about gender expression. And the thing I was gonna add when we were talking about it earlier, you don't have to add this just because it's like so off topic now.
I can add.
But it's that gender expression also. Like, how do we describe it to him? That
you can identify your own gender expression, like femininity or androgyny or masculinity. It's not definable. Like, everyone has their own definition.
Right. Like, some people think that all people that wear nail polish are feminine.
That's not necessarily
or that
true.
nail polish is feminine.
Yeah. Or like the example we'd always use was skirts. Like, we would just be like, so you think skirts are feminine, no matter
like
who's
all of
wearing
them?
But then it's like, you just like learn more about yourself and how you view the world, because like we were just like showing Nick a bunch of different skirts, and we were like feminine, androgynous, or masculine, and he would be like feminine. Like, I don't know, like it's very interesting.
So you can have your own definition of femininity and masculinity and other gender expressions.
Yeah. So you could like express, and you could think like express your gender and think to yourself that you're being very feminine, but maybe a lot of people and like the societal view is like most people think the same thing in terms of femininity and masculinity. So like most people might think you're dressing very masculine, even though you think you're dressing feminine, you know? I don't know why I asked that as if they could answer, but yeah.
No, that was good, I guess. I'm worried some of our examples are hard to follow.
True.
But hopefully not.
You can always comment and ask questions.
That's true.
Because this is a very confusing topic, and we do understand if you do not get it at first, or if you don't get things that we're saying. It's just, basically, at the end of the day, everything is a social construct. And you can label yourself, speech impediment, or you don't have to label yourself.
Right.
And yeah, that's basically the moral of the story.
Do we have anything else you were wanting to cover?
I don't think so.
Can't think of anything else. How did we cover all of that?
I
feel
don't
like
know.
we talk about this stuff all the time. I can't believe I can't think of any other little tangents we could go on. I'm thinking.
You're thinking?
I am thinking.
I'm thinking. Hold on.
I guess not.
That's it.
I guess not. No.
We did it.
Okay. Well, if you guys noticed any gaps,
Yeah. Inconsistencies in the story.
yeah, maybe we should do a video on different types of identities.
Oh, we could.
That might be interesting
That
because
would be fun.
yeah, even though like obviously definitions vary, but just to give you a general sense of different labels.
Yeah. Labels 101.
Yeah, that could be fun. We could literally film that right now.
Do you want to do that? What?
Let's film it.
We'll see you in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Well, if we end up filming the other video, which we probably will,
We should.
we're going to be filming that other video, go watch it. if you feel like it. Please feel like it. Educate yourself. It's a fun topic. I'm being FaceTimed. I'm being summoned. I'll FaceTime it later. Okay. Do I have to start over? Whatever. Okay. So thanks, young voters.
Yeah.
I hope you learned something. If we were confusing or if we missed something or left it out, please tell us in the comments below because we want to help educate.
And we can clarify things.
Yeah.
And also, this was not scripted, so we might have, I don't know, misspoke. So
We props did.
probably. Hopefully not, but
Anyways.
yeah, it was good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hope you guys enjoyed the more casual
Floor videos.
Yes.
Maybe bedroom talk video. That sounds bad.
That does sound
But
bad.
we are talking about sex.
That's true.
It's true. Bedroom talk with Sarah and Sylvia. We're not calling it that. Okay.
Well,
so
what else would we call it?
I don't know. Floor talk. Because then it's not necessarily bedrooms. You can also be on kitchen floors.
You can have sex in the kitchen.
You can have sex anywhere. No, not legally. Anyways.
Laws are a social construct.
It's true. Don't have sex in public, people. Don't do it.
They're also minors. We're talking to
We're
minors.
minors.
Then again, minors do it too.
Minors have sex. Anyways, we love you, young voters, and we'll hopefully see you in the next video where we talk about labels. Bye, babes.
Bye.
Mwah. We did it. Oh my god.